is this? What is this? Well, how are y'all doing today? It's been a couple weeks since I made a video. I was sick for about 2.5 weeks. Then we had Labor Day, and you know, on top of that, I don't make a living doing videos, so you know, if I let things slide, I enjoy doing other things as well. But anyhow, the dogs made a mess. They found the soft dirt right here from digging the trench a couple weeks ago, and they started digging it out and keeping their nails filed down. And apparently over the past couple days, they have just had a great time. So, isn't that right, boy? Huh? Yes, that's right. So, anyhow, we need to fix this. And coincidentally, I had a number of individuals ask me about how I use the 1025R as a mini bulldozer. Now, the short answer is very simple. I said to myself, and I even think I made a comment in the video, if this blade can push heavy wet snow, why can't it push dirt? You know, and that was my thought process. That was the logic behind it. Why can't this push dirt? And so that's what we're going to do. I had several requests asking me if I could go through attaching the push blade and how it worked and things of that nature. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to go step by step, and by all means, I am no expert. I mean, I've only had this thing for a couple months, for Pete's sake. I'm no expert by any means. Y'all can feel free to leave as many comments in the section below and let me know where I'm going wrong, because I have a lot of lessons to learn. But anyhow, that was my thought process. If it can be used as a snow blade, why can't it be used as a push blade for dirt? You know, a dirt blade, if you will. And hence, it's a little bulldozer, and it's pushing the dirt into the trench until the dogs come along and do that. And then it rains for 5 days and mats it all down, so now it's going to be nice and crusted together. It'd be a pain in the butt to fill this, but we're going to give it a try. But before we do, we're going to honor those individuals' requests, and we're going to go step by step how I connect the quick attach front implement and the snow blade, and it's a hydraulic quick attach that I have for the push blade, and I also use that same quick attach for the snow blower that I haven't got to use yet. It hadn't snowed yet, but we're waiting for it, but not too quickly. All right, so let's get to it. All right. So here we are at the front quick hitch assembly. This is for any front attachment that John Deere offers. This one is hydraulic, so it's full articulation up, down, and side to side. It basically is two parts. It's this main part here, but this is the part that attaches to the frame. Now, from what I understand, in 2021 or 2022, John Deere made some minor changes, and but they didn't change this part right there. So I was watching Tractor Time with Tim, and he was having difficulty getting his front piece on there because they made these minor changes, and he's like, you know, the book says that this piece fits and all that. And but anyhow, they went ahead and made things slightly more of a pain in the butt. You know, it didn't just snap on like it did in the 2020 models and earlier. It's not a big deal, but you have to crank the wheel, turn the steering wheel as far right or as far left as you possibly can to get this frame up and in there. And once you know that, then you're okay. But if you're coming at it straight on, there won't be any room. The tires will be in the way. But anyhow, and here's the snow blade right here, and it's really a push blade. And we're going to be pushing some dirt today with what this girl did and what that boy did here in just a second. But this is the assembly right here, and I had several requests showing how I attach the push blade to the tractor. So we're going to do that. All right, so I'll be right back with the tractor. Okay, thank you, boy. Okay, so here we are with the tractor. Go on. Okay, so here we are with the tractor. Pulled it up, getting ready to hook this on. So the first thing that you need to know, and I'm sure the vast majority of you know it, I'm the newcomer, but is that you have to take off the mowing deck. It is mandatory to take off the mowing deck, and not just the mowing deck, but also this bracket under here that the front bar of the mowing deck rides into. Here he comes. Back up, boy. So it's this piece here, and this notch, that notch right there is what that front bar slides into. So this bracket has to be taken off. So let's see if I can do this and maintain a camera. Let's see if we can do that. All right. So the first thing you gotta do is you pull this pin and you pull the bar out. Save the bar, you're going to need it. Don't lose the pin. All right, and it drops out. And you go, hey, that's really easy. You know, what was possibly so hard about that? Well, I'm going to show you. So, this is what happens, the change that they made. There's a notch up inside of the frame, up here. And you don't really know that at first when you first get your tractor. So what you end up trying to do is you try to utilize this notch right here. And so you're going, okay, my drive shaft's on the right hand side, you know, for the mid PTO, and so this goes on this side, and you're trying to hang it up, and you're like, you know, and then pulling it up to line it with these holes up here, and that's obviously not right. And on top of that, it hangs way low, and it's just not right. So what you have to do is you have to get these bosses right here, you have to get them up inside of this notch. And so you go, okay, there's those notches, let's try and get it up in there. And you're fiddling around, and you realize you can't get it up in there because this steering linkage is in the way. So you go ahead and you turn the wheel. You don't bother turning on the tractor. I don't like turning on and off the tractor constantly, but it's hydraulic steering. So you can only get it turned so far without turning on the tractor. When you turn your wheels just so far, guess what? It's not far enough. So we're going to turn the tractor on real quick. We'll hear a little noise. Oh, come on. Okay, so we've got the wheels turned, and they're turned, they should be turned far enough. So this goes up inside of there, and what do you know? It goes right up and in. So that was the part Tractor Time with Tim initially had a difficulty with when they made that change in 2021, and you know, he was covering the he was trying to cover the changes that were being made to the new model. And then you slide your bar back in, and you take your pin and you lock it up. You're done. It's in there now. You're done, and it's not going anywhere. So it's really that easy, but you do have to remember to turn your wheels as far to the right or left as possible. And that's it. Now we're ready to attach the quick hitch assembly. All right, back up. Back, go. Okay, so here we are, and this is a quick hitch assembly. Hydraulic, I don't know if there's a non-hydraulic version or not. I don't know. But anyhow, this silver rod right here, they forgot to bring to the house when they delivered the tractor. You have to have this bar. It is a different diameter than this silver bar under here that you saw me put in, and this bar fits in this grooved section right at the front of the camera, or right at the front of the tractor right here. Now if you notice, I have this quick hitch on a pallet, and I have the blade on a pallet. I have it on a pallet for a reason, because I'm hoping, this will be the first time I ever did this, but I'm hoping that it's in such a position that I don't have to pick this front quick hitch assembly up off the ground myself. I am counting on the fact that I'll live long enough to get older, and the older you get, the harder it is. But when you're younger, you know, you can still pick it up. You know, it's not that huge of a deal. But hey, I want to make things as easy as possible. So that's what I'm going to do. And we're going to hook this to the tractor, and we're going to do it right now. Okay, we're in a pretty good alignment. So now what I'm going to do is I am going to take the hydraulic lines right here, and we're going to connect them. So I change the camera position. Right there, and we're going to connect these critters. Put that in there. Put that right there. And we start with the yellow one, and then the black one. That's the back two. They're the hardest ones to reach when everything's connected. Uh-oh, I just lost my little cap. I don't want that. Oh, you know what I forgot to do? This is being a novice. I forgot to take the pressure off of the hydraulics. Take the pressure off the hydraulics, but that's what I get for being a novice. Alright? Well, apparently I still had it connected. Okay, sorry about that. I had to go get a wrench. I found a loose hydraulic connection, so I had to go get a wrench so I can tighten it up. Now, when tightening up any fitting, don't crank it down with all your might. Use a little common sense, snug it up, make it leak-proof type of thing, and move on. All right? All cranking it down with all your might's going to do is mess you up in the long run and probably mess up the threads too. So, I run into that all the time with people, just cranking down with all their might as if the fitting is impressed with how strong you are. The fitting doesn't give a crap how strong you are. But it is the second fitting I've come across that was loose on this assembly when it was delivered to me. But what I'm going to do, I'm going to adjust this one too, because it needs it. Ugh. See, somebody cranked down with all their might. I'll be right back. Alright, had to go get another wrench. Sometimes these fittings for hydraulics aren't lined up just right for these lines to flow the way they should flow. So you can loosen them up a little bit and get them to fall naturally where they're supposed to fall. And then tighten it back up again. This one might, yeah, see how the natural fall of the hose, see how it's angled downwards instead of upwards? See now that fitting is able to move. Put it in. Now you can tighten it back up and it'll be all right. So how's that for a little maintenance? You don't have to know tractors to understand hydraulics and fittings. You just have to work with your hands and work on things, you know, to understand that. Alright, so it's connected. And everything is going in the... It's not bound up. Very nice. I like it. Wipe your hands off of all the oil. And here we go. All right. So here we go. We're going to try and hook it up with the use of hydraulics without picking it up. Let's hope it works. Yeah, I'm about to fire it up, boy. Better step back. Okay, that went pretty good, but not quite what I was trying for. But still, I didn't have to physically pick it up and all that. So I'm still by and large happy with it. You know, I'll work on my I'll work on that a little more, you know, next spring. It's not that huge of a deal. I had to hardly exert anything at all. So, but I found another loose hydraulic hose. This will be the third loose hydraulic hose. See that? Yeah. The third loose hydraulic hose. This is as it was delivered to me. There we go. This one right here, I don't know if you can see it. This one, when I first put it on the tractor for the very first time, was spraying hydraulic fluid everywhere because I didn't bother to tighten it up. I don't know if it came from the factory this way with everything so loose, or if it was the dealership that assembled it after shipping. I don't know which person's responsible, but holy cow, there's a couple of them that are tight, a couple of them that are loose. I would say it's 50-50, you know. So they don't go back and double check themselves and make sure everything is properly aligned and tightened. So if this tractor would have been delivered to somebody that doesn't want to turn a wrench, it would have definitely been going back in for service. Now, how much shop time does it take to make sure your fittings are decent and tight and don't leak before you deliver something? I mean, it can't possibly be that hard, right? But apparently it is. Alright, we got to connect the snow blade now, which we're calling a push blade because we're using it for more than just snow. So it's real simple to connect. I'll put the camera back down. Kimber has jumped up onto an old metal desk. She's having a good time watching me. So here we go. Set that aside right there. Get that stick off of there. Set the hammer and my 2 crescent wrenches aside. Now, in an ideal world, I wouldn't have to pick it up at all. So I'm going to try to use as minimal effort as possible. That seems right to me. Turn the tractor back on, lower that down. So hey, that works for me. Didn't require a whole lot of effort. needed to go through, check the fittings anyhow, because you can't trust other people to do their job. And this is the quick hitch assembly. Let's get the camera down there. So here you have your inner subframe. You have to turn the tires really hard to the right or the left. This is, and then you put this pin in that is reused from that bracket over there for the mowing deck. So you reuse this pin. You set this rod into the recess and connect up your hydraulics, make sure they're tight, not too tight, and then connect your snow blade. And that's that. That's how you do it. Alright, next one we're going to be filling in the dog's playtime. Right, Wesson? Huh?